Hi there and welcome to this video. I hope you're all well and benefiting from a little bit of a relaxation on the lockdown that many of us have been experiencing over the last couple of months. I've been thinking about how we can supplement the videos on the channel, and often we're talking about kit and settings. However, the real benefits of photography are often that it's a creative outlet. It's a reason for getting out there and doing some physical exercise. And as I said in a video I did when I was in Phoenix, and I'll put a link above, purpose is really important. Often we can get stuck in a photography rut, either in terms of what we're shooting or how we're shooting it. So I thought it might be worth doing a series of videos aimed at helping to push your boundaries, both in terms of the techniques you use and also the styles and genres that you shoot. Now, this isn't going to be intended to be a photography course. It's a series of weekly ideas and inspirations which we'll link to the 2-minute tips and the settings videos to help you really apply those, the learning from those 2-minute tips videos. Each of the ideas or inspirations can lead to you taking a single photo, or it could become a project for you, depending on the level of interest that you've got, the amount of time you've got available. So it's an adaptable approach. It's not intended to be a dogmatic course that you have to follow. The intention is you can use any kind of kit, whether it's a DSLR with a kit lens, or you've got a more complex set of mirrorless cameras like the Nikon Z series that I have. Equally, you can use your smartphone. You can choose to do everything in camera, or you can choose to shoot in RAW and then post-process them. It's an adaptable approach, and it's aimed really to give you a point of inspiration and ideas to get out and practice the art of photography. The aim is that there'll be 5-minute videos. This one's a bit longer because it's got the introduction on it, and over time we can look at how we might have options for sharing the images we take as a community. Now, I'm going to try and post every Friday as a supplementary video to the channel. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe we keep going at a weekly drumbeat, or we drop back to once every 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. As I say, it doesn't have to be that you do every single one. It's aimed at being a source of inspiration and ideas, and that's the reason I chose Friday as a starting point for this, because it's a drop just in time for the weekend for you. So I hope you'll find this really useful and a bit of a point of ideas and inspiration, as I say. So let's get started on the journey and stuck into the first topic. Okay, so let's get stuck into the first topic, and the first topic is plants. I chose this because it's a nice wide topic, and irrespective whether you're restricted to staying in your house or apartment, or you can get out a bit further afield, you're likely to be able to find a plant to act as a subject for this. Now, it's a really wide subject, as I say, and it could be that you've got some flowers, some cut flowers like these ones in your house that are beautiful in colour, and some interesting, sort of patterns there that you look at. Equally, nature is great at giving us patterns, textures, symmetry. You can get close in, like on this cactus. Or maybe you take symmetry in terms of a single flower, and you accentuate that symmetry by processing in a high contrast black and white, like this image. It could be that when you're out walking, you see an image of a plant. This one's obviously a tree with a reflection. It's in its natural environment. It's a wider shot, so they don't have to be close up. They can be much more expansive shots. Equally, when you're out, these are some bluebells in a woodland just around the corner from me. You can get right down close and right in with some of these really dainty small flowers. So think about the angle and the composition. Spring here in the UK, although I know some of you it won't be spring where you are, it gives us loads of flowers and blossoms. Equally, there's lots of really fresh foliage you can look for. So there's lots of opportunities. Look for the patterns in the leaves, get close up, get really close in, get some backlight on it. As I say, with young leaves, the light really, they are almost translucent, and the light works really well if it's backlit. So you can be out in the countryside just like this image here. Equally, you find plants in an urban environment, so lots of opportunities. It's a wide open topic. As I said in the introduction, you can use any kit. There's a mixture of different kit I've used for these shots, everything from my iPhone up to my Z7 with 24-70 f2.8 lens. And for me, this topic is a real opportunity. It's a really good one to start with. And the reason I chose it is it's about getting your eye in as a photographer, getting you thinking about what image am I looking to create. Plants are all around us, and the art is finding the image amongst those plants. So think about looking for subjects, think about the composition you want to create, think about the style you want to create, think about the surroundings, the context you want the plant or the flower to be in. This is really important, that when we're thinking as photographers, it's really important that we don't just snap photos, that we step back and we think about what image am I trying to create here, and therefore what composition, style, surroundings do I want. In terms of the settings you're likely to need for this as a starting point, I'd be using aperture priority for this, because it gives you the ability to control the depth of field, whether you want a very narrow depth of field with the background blurred out, or whether you want all of the scene in focus. Think about your shutter speed. It's something a lot of people don't think about with this kind of photography. If you're going to be handheld, for example, then you're going to need a faster shutter speed in case you're moving, or more likely the subject, the flower or the plant, is likely to move. It only takes a little bit of breeze or a little bit of wind for the plant to move, and you end up losing that really sharp focus. Equally, I tend to use with my Z series, as I've said in some of the videos now, I'm pretty much almost consistently using AFC focus, continuous autofocus, just in case anything moves. But think about your AF area mode in the Z series. This is a topic where you're probably going to want a fairly precise area to be in focus. So think about single point, perhaps dynamic area if the subject is moving a bit, or perhaps even wide area small. In terms of shutter release, I tend to shoot with a single shot on this, single shot shutter release, just because you don't really need continuous or multiple shots or high-speed shutter release. So really be thinking about the settings holistically. What's the image I'm trying to create, and therefore what are the settings I need to be able to translate what I'm seeing in the scenario into implementing it to create that image. As I said in some of the shots, think about black and white, think about a different post-processing technique or an in-camera picture control. There's lots of opportunities around this one topic, this one very simple topic of plants. So I hope this has been a little bit of an idea or an inspiration for you to get out there and get back into practicing the art of photography. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of further videos in the series. Equally, it'd be great to start to share some of the images and your experiences, so do drop us a comment below, letting us know what you've been out shooting. Perhaps even think about putting a link in there to where you post your images. It'd be great to start sharing some of the images that come out of this series. So I hope this has given you some ideas for the weekend, and you get out there and you have a really good time with your camera, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video.